Don't see what's on the bottom, it's pajamas.
It must be Christmas. Hello everyone.
Welcome back to our channel.
Today we're going to talk about fun facts we learned while we were in Bermuda.
Last summer, we went to Bermuda with our brother Patrick.
He's typically our travel buddy.
As you all probably know by now. We definitely had a great time.
It was amazing. It was very hot. Spent most of our time on the beach.
Yeah. We actually had rotated where we did every other day at the beach and then every other day we did something in the city. So we didn't like it.
We
sick as the
explored
beach
a little bit.
And we spent 2 weeks there on the small island.
The island of Bermuda is 22 miles long and it is a mile wide. So it's a very tiny
small
island.
And so we did get a lot of questions. 2 weeks? Are you gonna get bored here after 2 weeks?
When we got back, so many people from work asked, like, weren't you bored for 2 weeks? Like, what did you do? And I'm like, it's a vacation. I didn't have to go to work. I didn't have to do school. How in the world did I get bored? It was amazing.
So one fact we noticed.
Start again.
One fact we noticed right away, even before we got to Bermuda, was that you cannot rent a car in Bermuda. Probably because there's not even that many cars on the island.
And it's a very scary thing to actually drive in the island. That's probably just my personal opinion why you can't rent a car, but I think it's very safe of them not to let foreigners drive on the island.
So you can rent a really small electric car, like teeny tiny.
It kind of looks like a four-wheeler with a roof.
But smaller than that, like you were squeezing in and only 2 people can fit in.
They're called Twizzies.
We did not do that because there was 3 of us.
Well, yeah, and we didn't even know about them until we got there. Once we saw it could only fit 2 people and there were 3 of us, so that would be a little awkward.
Okay, you Patrick, you stay home
Bye,
today.
Patrick.
Yeah, you cannot rent a car there, so keep that in mind if you're ever thinking of going to Bermuda.
One thing that I've also noticed that there was a lot of in Bermuda, there were a lot of mopeds. Like everybody drove like those little scooter mopeds, which I would totally love to have rented.
No, yeah, that's very
I don't know
common.
if I trust myself on one, but that would have been so much fun, and they're cute too.
When I was talking to one of the friends we made there, I was saying, so anyone could just rent them without even having to have like driven one before, and she's like, yeah, they'll like take you on a test like ride, basically like 10 feet down a straight street really quick, just to make sure you know like go, stop, turn signals, and like that's it. And then
so even I could have passed.
Anyone can just take it.
That would have been fun. Next time we go to Bermuda, because we did promise her we'd go back,
yeah,
we're renting a moped.
But once again, that was only for 2 people.
Get your own. Fixing the hair.
Okay, so I was thinking.
Tell me, darling, what were you thinking?
First thing we did after like we got settled in our Airbnb when we went to Bermuda was go to the grocery store.
Early on, we discovered that food prices at Bermuda were extremely expensive. Every country you go to, prices are different, but I just didn't think that Bermuda would be that drastic of a difference.
Yeah.
I think the first couple of days we were like, whoa, this is expensive, but that's okay, we'll just buy food. So we bought like regular food that we would eat, and then we realized, okay, we're running out of money, we need to cut back on what we were eating. We did not eat very healthy. Like we'd get like stuff kind of in bulk that ended up being cheaper, and we had like oatmeal. We were very frugal with what we ate and what we bought.
Like water, was very careful with the water.
I just drink out of the sink.
But I think by the second week we were just like so starving and we just wanted to eat that we just spent all our money in food.
Also, why that food is expensive is because it's an island and it's mostly rocks, so they have to import all of their food.
You only can grow like a certain types of vegetables and stuff, and not many, and all their food gets imported and taxed. It's not just food, it's everything there. Just food was a necessity for us. Colored houses.
Yeah!
What color would you color your house if you lived in
Well,
Bermuda?
so I think pink seemed like a common thing. Also teal.
I would do orange. Even the churches are
red. I think I would do yellow. It would be like a bright yellow. I love yellow. So we were told that when someone is like giving you directions on which house that you live in, or like
even just where to turn,
they'll be like, oh, do it at the yellow house on, you know, this road, or
drive 3 blocks till you hit a green house and then turn right and then drive down till you hit the first purple house. Also, they were saying how like the street names was just starting to become like a thing there. They didn't always, for like especially the smaller roads, they didn't have street names. They would just go by colored houses.
So the first thing that we did once the taxi driver, you know, dropped us off at our Airbnb, we dropped off our luggage and we walked to the beach, and we noticed that all the beaches that we went to in Bermuda have pink sand. So it obviously had the normal sand color, but there were like little pink spots specks meshed together. And I think, what do they say? They were like shells. Why is the sand in Bermuda pink?
When they die and fall to the ocean floor, the organisms mingle with bits of coral and crushed shell that are washed onto the beach and make the sand appear an otherworldly shade of pink.
There we go. That. Not all of the beaches in Bermuda have pink sand, but the ones that we went to, we noticed that they were a beautiful color of pink.
Also, we noticed that there wasn't really any seashells.
The children were all like, bring us home seashells, and there weren't any really to bring home.
There wasn't seashells to bring home. I don't know if we just missed them.
When we went to Florida, there were seashells everywhere.
What is the accent like in Bermuda? Not as British sounding.
It's definitely not British.
When we first came home, when they said what's mom and dad said what's the accent like, we just said it's a mixture of American and English.
I think it could be also like a mixture of British and like kind of Southern American accent.
Because there were also a lot of British tourists there, and so you totally could hear the difference. Bermuda is part of the UK. So I remember when our taxi driver picked us up, I forgot how this came up. I'm guessing Patrick said something.
Probably. Patrick always says something.
But he was like, I would know if you do that, you go to Her Majesty's prison.
Oh,
like,
that's right. So many people made like different references to that.
Her Majesty's prison. So even though they're
part of the UK,
they do not take pounds. They take
euros or Canadian dollars.
Exactly. They just take US dollars
or the British.
So they just take US dollars or the Bermuda dollars.
There we go.
So we actually still have Bermuda money.
Yeah, I have a Bermuda coin somewhere.
I have a whole bunch of them.
I also have, not that this has anything to do with Bermuda, but I also have 10 pounds and I think a few more left in the bottom of my purse from when we visited Northern Ireland. And that is why we need to go back to either Northern Ireland or England, because I need to spend those 10 pounds.
Well, I'm sure you all know what this is. Bermuda shorts.
I never heard of Bermuda shorts before Bermuda. Maybe
since after though, I feel like I hear about it like all the time. Like,
well, like the funny thing is, obviously you've seen people wear like the Bermuda shorts style, but I never knew they were called Bermuda shorts. But when we went to Bermuda, every single man you saw, especially in the bigger cities.
In the business.
Like we went to Hamilton and it was
for
like
their business attire.
Thursday, lunch break, the office men start going out to different restaurants and we're just sitting in this small like cafe, people watching, and every single man that walked by was wearing a different color of Bermuda shorts.
And then there was always black socks, like black knee-high socks.
Knee-highs, yeah, or navy blue. And
then they also had like business tops, so like they would have shorts on, but then they had like their work top on.
And I get it because it's like an island, it's tropical, it's hot, but I've never seen a man wearing like a complete business suit
and then like colorful pink shorts.
Some even wore bow ties and then shorts.
That was for the men, and then the women there, they all dressed so classy and like so nice and put together.
Another interesting thing, which I would be constantly breaking because I never drive the speed limit, and I really shouldn't be saying this, but let's just not talk about that. The highest speed limit in Bermuda is 23 miles per hour. Can you imagine?
I remember you asking him, what happens if you're late to somewhere? He goes, you're just not late.
Our neighborhood is 25 miles an hour. Can it at least be 25? Why is it 23?
Because that's 35 kilometers.
I could never handle it.
The people in Bermuda, they are super, super, super friendly.
Funny story, we went to the library. I guess tourists don't really go to the library. As we were walking out, this group of people, yeah, I think they were family, they were cousins. They came up to us and they like asked us if we were locals, and like we started to talk.
They thought we were from Bermuda.
Yeah, I think
hung out with
like gave them our numbers. Like we still keep in touch with one of the girls to this day.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool.
That wasn't just that one group.
Our tour guide from the Crystal Caves,
he like lived 2 houses down
from where we were staying.
So like every day we passed him, and finally like
our last day on the bus together, and he's like, when are you guys leaving?
When do you guys leave? But yeah, like they were so nice. They'll come up to you and just start conversations with you. They're just so nice and welcoming. So from what we noticed is that a lot of the tourism that comes to Bermuda is off of the cruise ships, because Bermuda is a very common stop for cruise ships. So whenever we were in town or people would come up to us and like talk to us, they'd ask, did you come from a cruise ship? St. George, the Royal Naval Shipyard, the Royal Naval.
There were like 2 cruise ships docked there, and they were huge. That is the first time I've ever seen a cruise ship close up. Those things are huge.
And we knew when the cruise ships were coming in because the locals were telling us, hey, do not go to the
Don't
beach
go to
on
this
Wednesday.
time. Exactly.
Because they're like, heads up, the cruise ship's coming in that day.
Yeah.
Don't go to the beach that day. This was a mom, her daughter,
and their dog.
and a grandmother, I think.
And their dog.
3. Yeah.
Can't forget the dog.
They were painting on the beach in the shade underneath a tree.
Yeah, and I think like I stopped to say that it was beautiful or something.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know how the conversation just continued on.
Exactly.
But it did. It went from there. And we, like, I think they asked us if we were college students. It was a younger girl, or well, she was around like 20. We asked her if she was in college, and she told us she was going to some school in Boston. And we're like,
yeah.
wait, why are you going to school in Boston? They're like, it's a common thing to go have either 1 year in high school in the US.
Did high school in the US
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
And she did it in New Jersey.
And that one guy that we were sitting at the bus station
yeah.
with, he did 1 year in the US. I want to say he went to Mississippi. I think the common thing is to do
like
1 year while in your high school
in the States. At least just the people we met told us that they did a year of high school. And they were all mentioning different states. Okay, so this is just something really cute. We went to a movie theater in Bermuda, like their biggest one in Hamilton, and it was very, very, very cute. It had like a little burger shop at the bottom, and then it only played 2 movies. 2 movies. You go see like a cartoon or like whatever just came out, like probably months ago in America.
We ended up watching the cartoon, Hotel Transylvania 3.
And the funny thing is it had a Bermuda Triangle joke in it, and like everyone was just laughing.
It was a tiny room.
The rooms are teeny tiny. And the thing is, they were like laughing and talking, but it wasn't interrupting. It just wasn't like, so like still you can't move without everyone looking at you. It was just like a more laid back and chilled and relaxed movie theater.
Let us know if you guys have ever been to Bermuda,
or if you're interested in wanting to go there. We definitely will be going back to Bermuda. That's it for today's video.
Thank you for watching.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Ciao.
Ciao.